Hi Sagittarius, this is your May monthly. Before I begin, I just want to advertise a little promotion I'm doing. I don't think people can see this sign, but I can't really move it any closer. So, starting May 1st, the first 10 clients will get a free reading who email me. It is first come, first serve, and there are limitations on that reading in terms of the time and how much I can look at for you, but it is free and there's no obligation to, ever see me again for a reading if you don't want. So I thought it would just be a really good way to connect with some people and build my clientele. And for you guys to get to see if you like my style of reading in a personal reading, because I just find personal readings are just, way more on the point than a general reading. So yeah, please feel free to reach out. If this goes well, I'll probably plan to do this a few more times um, over the summer. Come fall, I'm going to be busy, so I won't be able to offer that anymore. So this reading is a love reading. I'm trying to narrow down my readings and try to find my style and what I like. And I really like doing love readings. I feel like they are the most sought after and they are for people who need the advice. If you are happily involved, but you need some advice on just, where your relationship is taking you over the next year or when to buy a house or, that stuff's for personal readings. But for the generals, generally what comes up and what I ask for is who needs guidance, right? So if you're in a happy relationship, this reading is not for you. This could be someone you're involved with. This could be someone you used to be involved with. And again, I pull cards for you and them, but it can be vice versa. So with all that being said, your relationship, I think Sagittarius, there has been a breakup or at the least a break. What I'm seeing is the Four of Swords with Temperance, and it's, what's causing this is Six of Cups. So I feel like a lot of Sagittarius, this is the dynamic between you two, right? So you're either separated or you're just not talking and you're trying to figure out your emotions, what you want, if you want to work it out. And there's a lot of reminiscing, some nostalgia, maybe thinking about what it was like when you met, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship. Now, this was really interesting, Sag, because this is who you are in the relationship, the Lovers in reverse, and this is who they are, the Hierophant in reverse. So automatically at first I thought, usually it's one person having an affair, but this could literally be both of you that have stepped outside of the relationship, or it could just be one of you. I can't really say because both these cards to me indicate very similar themes in terms of that. But as I got further into the reading, I kind of thought, I don't think this is an affair necessarily. I think it's just some big problems. So I'm going to try to be as clear as I can and tell you what I'm seeing. So Sag, you are the Lovers in reverse with the Three of Swords in reverse. So this tells me that you are not really aligned with this person. Maybe you feel like you got with them for the wrong reasons. You made a choice for the wrong reason. And to me, this is a breakup. Like you want to be broken up. And the reason is because I think that the relationship had no direction, and I think that you both were on very, very different pages, perhaps. This is not a card of feeling, whole within the relationship, feeling connected and resonating. This is like the opposite, feeling like this isn't the right relationship for me. Now, your partner or the person you're thinking about is showing up as the Hierophant in reverse, but also as the Five of Pentacles. So to me, it almost looks like they are feeling left out in the cold because I also got the Star in reverse. So they are feeling kind of hopeless about the situation. And the reason is because of this wand energy. We have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. So at first I thought that was them, like they cheated, right? That, the King of Wands, Knight of Wands energy is very fiery. They kind of follow their passion. And as a result, they got left out in the cold. So that can be for some of you Sagittariuses, but you're a fire sign. And so it makes me wonder, although if you're male, female, it doesn't matter, this is a general reading, that your passions and your need to you know, adventure caused this. Now, another theme I'm getting here, or storyline, should I say, is that this person was controlling in the relationship, and as a result, it was too much for you. And the reason I say that is because, you know, with the Knight of Wands, sorry, the King of Wands, he's very dominant. And with the Hierophant in reverse, this person can be quite rigid, right? And the Chariot in reverse is about being out of control again, or over control, or aggressive, or something. And so it makes me wonder if you were with someone who was controlling, or too aggressive, or jealous, and it just wasn't working. For some of you, this is a cheating situation, and I don't know who did it. It could be both. It could be one. I really don't know. It looks like it would have been you, but it could go both ways. General readings are so hard in that sense. So I'm gonna just leave it out there like that. Please let me know if any of you resonate what the story is, because I'd be really curious to know. Because this is just, usually when I see infidelity, it's clear on what side, and with this reading, it's not. Now, your advice with this person is the Ten of Wands in reverse, and with the clarifiers, this is saying put that burden down. So why is this person a burden in the first place? I feel like it's because the relationship was just too much work on you. They weren't putting in enough work, or you don't want to put in enough work, or it just wasn't working, right? You weren't able to build with this person. And I think you might have had high hopes for this. And so there's a bit of an emotional letdown for some of you, because maybe this person looked really good on paper, and maybe you've been together for a while, or, you know, maybe you're just ready to be with someone and you thought this person was it. But I'm saying they're saying to put the burden down. And the person in question's advice with you is the Six of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse kept flying out. So I feel like they just need to admit that this isn't working. The Six of Swords in reverse is like, you're not able to move forward. You're kind of stuck. And, you know, it's got to get worse before it gets better kind of thing. But I just feel like they need to admit almost defeat, like, just this isn't working. If you're the one who didn't want this, maybe they put in all this effort and energy. I'm trying to see if anything else is coming to me. Sometimes I take notes, so hang on. I'm just going to see if I wrote anything. Yeah, I just think that I think it's you, Sag. I really do. And I'd be curious to know if you guys are actually broken up or just on a break, and trying to figure stuff out, because it definitely looks like a breakup to me. So, I don't know. I did write down for this card that sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better, and I'm wondering if they did do something that it could be fixed, but they have to kind of rock the boat a bit. Now, your oracle cards, I pulled out 2 of each because I first pulled out Between Worlds, and then I wanted more, so I pulled out To Be Fair in reverse. And then I used the Ascended Masters, and I pulled out See the Other Person's Point of View, and I was like, what? That's interesting. And then I clarified it with Listen. So it really makes me want to know what is going on in your relationship, because it's almost like there's a big lesson for you to learn here, or maybe compromise, or, you know, repairing a relationship, maybe even. Like, maybe you willingly take on too much in this relationship. I don't know. Like, maybe you need to stand up for yourself more, and that would shift them to, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now, but. So Between Two Worlds is about transitions. It's about not being quite out of one situation and being in another. And in a relationship reading, it says that this is a time to explore new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. So, very, very interesting. To be fair, kind of reminds me of Justice in Reverse in the Tarot. 38. Hold on. Let me find it here. So, this talks about injustice and inequity, and that they're a part of life, but they do not need to define your experience. This is a time when you may observe an injustice righted and fairly redressed. Perhaps you come to the rescue of someone else or are called to answer for a personal slight. You will be amazed by the sense of power that surges through you when you stand up for yourself and others. Oh, remember how I said maybe you need to stand up for yourself? That might be something for you guys. This card also indicates a good time to advocate for others who are less fortunate. Choose your cause and commit to it because you can make a difference. One thing is for certain, if fairness is your intention, the situation will be resolved for the highest good of all concerned through acts of kindness, empathy, and courage. And you know, that really matches with this listen message. So I'm going to read these two and then I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm sure you guys already have an idea of what this means for you if it resonates. So, seeing another point of view. So this is talking about having strong emotions about a situation and maybe feeling upset, misunderstood, or used. This card can come to you as a pathway of peace by asking you to consider other points of view. You don't need to agree with these other individuals. You simply need to ask, or simply ask to understand their motivations and to have compassion for their feelings. This process can positively shift the energy of power struggles. This is a very power struggle energy card. So, much like letting go of a rope during a tug of war, as you see the other person's point of view, you will open the door for creative solutions to enter. So this is saying to see yourself through the eyes of any person you desire to know or to meet. This is letting go of defensiveness in your relationships, looking past the surface personality and seeing the divine within others, and forgiving past hurts and starting anew. And then the last card you have was listen. And this is saying that you can listen to divine guidance best by quieting yourself and listening, which I think that you're trying to do here with this Four of Swords. Again, it's saying don't try to make anything happen. Just listen to your own thoughts, breath, and the rhythm of your heart. Then mentally ask questions of your guides and angels and listen to the truth that they speak in your heart, your body, and your mind. Trust your intuition and act accordingly. So this talks about having a quiet retreat, less talking and more listening, admitting your feelings to yourself, and listening to what messages any aches or pains are telling you in the body. So the body will talk to you. But for me, Sag, I don't know what went on in this relationship. I don't know who cheated on who or if anyone cheated. Maybe there was just major power issues. But all of these cards are telling me that like a compromise is possible and, you know, learning more about yourself and maybe even healing the situation. So I'm not sure what that means for you guys. Please let me know. It's really interesting because I often get readings that are saying that the person needs to just kind of walk away and let go, and this is saying, you know, there can be a solution here. So you might be being asked by spirit to grow and evolve and maybe do something out of your comfort zone that you've never done before, and maybe find healing with this person. You know, this card for your partner says it's going to get worse before it gets better. This is a card about baggage. This card is also a card about the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, is about admitting that what you've invested in isn't working and that you need to pull out and re-strategize to do something else, right? It doesn't mean death. It means this isn't working, right? There's something about this relationship that isn't working that needs to change. And I do see a possibility that that change is possible. So I hope that that was helpful. Please let me know if it resonates. I would love, love, love to know what's going on. And I will see you guys back in June and maybe even connect with some of you for a free reading.